This is News 6 Tonight.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of News 6 Tonight. We hope this is your new and favorite streaming destination at 9 o'clock because we are here for you to bring you up to date on all the stories you may have missed, or even if you didn't miss it, you want to know a little bit more about it or want to spend a little more time diving into why was that such a hot topic today. I'm Ginger Gadsden. I'm alongside Eric Von Anken, who you may know from our weekend shows and also all things handy. Eric, you are really a Renaissance man, is how I like to talk about you these days.
Ginger said that she was going to be all alone tonight, and that's how she talked me into joining her tonight by promising compliments. So thank you.
Yeah, glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And you're not just here as eye candy either. We're going to talk about your responsibilities as a community correspondent, as a news anchor, and also just the many things you've done while you've been here at News 6. And we're going to do a deeper dive into all the things that you do. But right now, we're going to dive right into some of our top stories. And one
I
story.
should say, you've never been called eye candy before. So
It's first time for everything. You're welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I'm glad you're here.
This
Glad to be here with
this
you.
story out of Volusia County really had a lot of us talking. When I went to the 2:30 meeting, the editorial meeting, and you were there too, and they said, when you think of NDA, non-disclosure agreements, right? You think of Hollywood. The first thing that comes to mind is like, sign this and don't talk about what happened behind closed doors at this party.
Right.
But now we're talking about possibly having teachers sign NDAs in Volusia County, and they can't talk about budgets, their salary, and a whole lot of other things. And it's a story that really caught our attention because why can't we know? What are they hiding? What do they want? It hasn't happened yet, but what in the world would they do this for?
Right. And at least my experience with NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. So typically, like you say, Ginger, it's something that someone doesn't want out in the public, right? So like I was once approached about writing a book or co-writing a book. And the person said, look, I trust you and I love you. I'd love to do this project with you, but I need you to sign an NDA.
Oh.
Basically saying what I'm about to tell you, or here's my part of the book. If you don't join me, if you don't partner with me, you can't talk about it.
Did you sign it?
I did. It felt a little offensive. It felt a little offensive.
What?
But the point was there was sensitive information.
Yeah.
That if you're part of the agreement,
Sure,
part of the partnership, you get to know about it. So what we don't know about this situation in Volusia County is what is it specifically that the Volusia County School District doesn't want the people who sign this agreement to put out to the public. And to be fair, we don't even know at this point who is supposed to sign this.
Exactly. Okay, so we want to play a little bit of the story from our Volusia County correspondent, Molly Reed, to give you a little bit of an idea of where the story stands right now.
I'm Molly Reed, your Volusia County community correspondent. Some Volusia County leaders here in the schools are now sounding the alarm about what they are calling a non-disclosure agreement they say district leaders have been asked to sign. Now, school board members and the Volusia Teachers Union leaders here are the ones who are telling me about this NDA, but they say that there are still a lot of questions they have about who specifically was asked to sign it. The district has not answered yet.
So we don't know the reason that all of a sudden our public school system is requiring this.
Public agencies do not have the authority to add to the definitions of what is a confidential document. So by doing that, about the budget, but also about a couple of other categories, we have grossly overstepped our bounds.
And so that's the problem. Maybe the bounds have been overstepped. We don't know. This is going to be discussed at the next school board meeting, which is August 12th. That's next Tuesday, August 12th. And by this time, after that meeting, there may be no such thing as an NDA that teachers or whoever have to sign. It's just one of those things when you hear it, it catches your ear and you're like, why would they need to do that for a school district?
Right, and you and I had a bit of a conversation earlier on theories as to why some of this information may be protected, or at least the school district might want it protected.
Sure.
So the example I brought up to you earlier was NASA, right, and some space agencies. So not only is it their technology, of course, that they want to protect.
They have intellectual property that needs to be protected.
Right. So is anything owned by the Volusia County School District their own private intellectual property?
Mm-hmm. I think those are questions we will be asking here on out. We don't have time right now, but I want to know more about your book. All I can think about right now is what was that book about, and what was it that you couldn't talk about?
Casey Anthony. But that's for another time.
That is for
Casey Anthony.
You're going to be back on.
I was there every step of the way.
Okay, you're going to be back on Friday, so I hope you guys talk about that on Friday.
There's a tease for you.
Yeah,
Hope
there is a
Friday
tease.
with us.
My goodness, that's interesting. But we have a whole lot going on in this community right now. You're a dad.
Yes.
Have your kids ever taken the bus to school?
No. Just because of the where we are and the way everything's set up where we live. But I did. And I remind them all the time that if you miss the bus, you walked.
That's just the way it was.
Yes. I do a lot of the driving to school. My wife does. Sometimes, we lean on neighbors and friends. But, my kids have not experienced that where, it's tough love.
But we've done a lot of stories on kids who ride the bus, and sometimes parents are wondering, is my child late today? Did the bus even pick them up from school? Did they leave on time? Where are they?
And I was just going to get to that. So if I walked, my parents wouldn't know. Or sometimes if I missed the bus coming home, they wouldn't know. And they'd wonder, where the heck is Eric? After midnight, they would come looking for. No, I'm kidding. But sure, most parents, right, want to know, did my kid get on the bus?
And if they're working, they have no idea. They think the kid is maybe on the way home, and then they get home, and the child is not home. It can just be very alarming. But Osceola County, they have this new technology where they can track the kids on the bus. And there's an app where parents will be able to do that as well. Our community correspondent in Osceola County, Laverne McGee, did a story on that today. Here's a little bit of her report.
I'm Laverne McGee, your Osceola County community correspondent. When students get on the bus on Monday for the first day of school, they're going to have a brand new system. It is going to be this portable device here that helps keep track of students. And what it does is let parents know exactly where their kids are once they're on that school bus.
As a parent, my kid's little, right? But we do have to, she has to ride bus. I think it makes me feel better to see the notifications and oh, my kid got on the bus.
And I did a little research on this, Ginger. So Osceola County now has this, and it goes by student ID. Basically, the student gets on the bus, and they swipe their card. It logs them in. Parents, in real time, can see that their kid is now on the bus. They can follow the kid along. Of course, there are tracking apps on your phone. You could do
Of course.
But, maybe for some of the little kids, maybe who don't have cell phones, or it's a double check. And then, more importantly, it shows when the child gets off that bus, because, as you and I also discussed earlier, there have been situations where kids have been forgotten.
They fall asleep, and the bus driver,
ones.
they may not check all the way to the back of the bus. I grew up in an era where you had a bus number. And this is going to really date me, but you had a little tag with a number and you wore it pinned to your little shirt, and you knew you looked for that bus and you matched it up to that thing, and you better
To
get
make
on
sure
that
you were
bus.
on the right bus. You ever get on the wrong bus?
Oh, it's terrifying because you don't recognize anyone.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know who you are, but you're sitting next to me.
And then
Yeah.
after it leaves, that's when you realize I should have gotten off.
Yeah,
about-
and it's too late, and now you're in trouble, and now your mom has to pick you up from another bus stop or someone's house. So,
But I did some research. So it's not just Osceola. Brevard has it. Sumter has it. Seminole County has it. A lot of school districts have this across Central Florida, or they're looking into getting it. But as far as peace of mind for the kids who ride the bus,
Oh
and the
my
parents
gosh,
who
and
allow
the
their
parents,
kids,
yeah.
and want their kids or need their kids
have to
ride
have
the
their
bus.
kids to ride the bus.
It's priceless.
Yeah, that is a blessing for sure, because parents they're so app savvy these days. So why not have one where they can really keep track of their kids in real time on the school bus? The other story that we were talking about today, have you ever ridden an e-bike, or have you ever encountered an e-bike?
Yes. I've tried to ride one. My son surprised my wife a little bit this past Christmas, and she said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he said, "Mom, I'd like an e-bike."
Okay.
And she said, "I never would have thought of that." Ginger, it has been the greatest thing for him to just, piddle.
Zip around.
Yeah, the neighborhood. He goes to a little buddy's house. He goes across the street.
Yeah.
It's been kind of life-changing.
It's like
for him.
freedom.
It's like getting an actual bicycle when we were
Oh,
kids.
yeah, well, for Christmas only.
Yeah.
But the thing about these e-bikes, people use them to get to jobs now. They use them for all
see them
kinds
all
of
over the
reasons.
place,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a lot of communities are trying to ban them because they're on sidewalks and they don't want them in parks because they can go a pretty good clip. Right? And so the city of Edgewater tonight, they had a meeting and they were discussing like they want to ban these things because people have been complaining about them.
Right, proposal came up.
Yeah.
City council discussed it.
And tonight it did not pass.
Yeah.
So you can ride your e-bike. And I have a pretty good idea as to why this thing did not pass. Roll that soundbite.
As a teenager with a mom who works a lot throughout the day, it's a lot easier to have it to ride to and from school or to and from friends' houses or activities. It's really just a lot easier, and many of my friends use it, not just for recreational travel. It's their means of getting to school, and a lot of them don't have the option for bus rides, obviously, because limited bus routes, limited amount of bus drivers. We don't have many options here.
Boom. Drop your mic, young man.
He was really good.
Wasn't he?
So I liken it to scooters. Do you remember when scooters first started
yeah.
showing up? I
Yeah.
remember being young and seeing, like, there's someone on a scooter, like in the right lane.
It was a novelty.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But that was a quick, easy, cheap way to get yourself some transportation if you needed
Absolutely.
to get some. So
Yeah.
I took my bike everywhere. Of course, that took a while. I
Manpower.
sometimes to school, right?
Yeah.
Right. But the e-bike really has replaced that, and it has become an invaluable means of transportation for people
For
just
a
trying
lot
to
of
get
people.
from A to B.
And that young man really made his case tonight. And I think that's what, I'm not for sure that that's why they voted to let it stay. But he had probably a lot to do with them saying, like, guys, you can still ride your e-bikes because you really need it.
And apparently he and the other people who spoke tonight convinced all of the commissioners. They voted entirely against this. Nobody
Yeah,
voted.
That's pretty convincing. That's pretty convincing. Okay, stay with us because we have much more on the other side of the break. You're going to get to know a little bit more about the gentleman sitting across from me. I mean, I just learned he co-wrote a book with an NDA. So
I
what
never
else?
wrote it. I never wrote
Okay,
it.
but you
I was
agreed to
approached.
interview. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
approached, yeah.
What else will we learn about him? Find out when
There's
we come
nothing
back.
else.
And welcome back to News 6 Tonight. I am honored to have Eric Von Enken, our weekend anchor, sitting next to us. And you do
Honored
so
to
many,
be here.
so many other things. We're going to get to that in just a second. But a story that our Seminole County correspondent Catherine Silver did today really caught our eye because there was someone who was caught on surveillance video. And his own grandmother turned him in, right? But it wasn't just for any casual crime. It's a crime that we've been reporting on a lot more. Someone stole a gun out of a car. So that got Catherine wondering, how many guns have been stolen out of cars in different counties in Central Florida? And let's show part of her report.
Sanford police posted this picture of a suspect on social media, hoping to get results, and they did, when an arrest report says Caden Rodriguez's own grandmother recognized him and turned him in. It turns out Rodriguez is believed to be the person who broke into a vehicle near Hickory and 8th Street in June. Police say he stole several items, including an all-black Hellcat 9mm pistol. We asked several local law enforcement agencies just how often these burglaries happen. Volusia said there have been 18 so far this year. There were 31 the year before. And Orange County said, generally speaking, 350 firearms are stolen out of vehicles in a year. I'm Catherine Silver, News 6.
Wow.
That really,
Wow.
my eye got big. I was like, it's a lot of guns, people leaving in cars. You wouldn't think that they would leave it in an unlocked car. Mostly it's a crime of opportunity. They just pull on doors, and at some point they get lucky. If they pull on enough of them, you're going to eventually find something. So it's one of those stories that was interesting. The most interesting thing I found, the number of guns, and also that your own grandmother would turn you in.
What does that say? How well do you know?
I think it says everything
you know
we
your
need to know.
grandmother.
Okay, so we want to talk about you a little bit now, Eric. You have been here how long at News 6?
Okay, we could talk about anything else, but I'm going to
We're gonna talk about you for just a second.
Okay.
Just a second. Just give me the short answer. How long have you been here?
22
at News
years.
22
years. I've been a journalist for 25. 3 of those, wow, no more than that. I'm
Sounds
not
like you got
including
here as
New
fast as
Jersey.
you could.
Wow. So 27
Yeah.
or 28 or so. Yeah, I was in New Jersey, Sarasota for 3 years, and then the last 22 here.
Okay.
Happily.
This is definitely home for you. And for the people who are not familiar with your work, I just want to show a brief sampling of some of the things that you have covered here in Central Florida.
Emergency manager mentioned just in this press conference, hold on a second, about 10 minutes ago. So that behind me is the third transformer to blow here.
Look at you cover hurricanes, you cover airport stories, and I want to talk to you about that. You love space.
Oh yeah.
You're a space enthusiast. You're an aviation expert. Look, just the breadth of your knowledge about these things. It's really impressive, and I'm not just saying that because you're sitting across from me. We talk about you all the time about certain things, and look at you. You can repair things. You are a Renaissance man.
Wow.
I don't know of one thing you have not done here at News 6 in your time here. And now that I know how long you've been here, it makes sense that you've done that you've done so many things and you've done them so well. Look at this. I think we had to tell you to get yourself out of harm's way because you just won't stop.
Hurricane last year.
That was Milton, I think.
Yeah,
And
Sarasota.
also we were trying to, there was one I wanted them to find, there's so many of you. You were trying to help a guy fix a boat because you know how to fix things because you do getting results at home, but you were trying to get results in this man's boat for him. What
boat
is
was
it
going
that
down,
drives
yeah.
you, Eric, to do all the things that you're doing? Because you could just be complacent and reporting on the big stories, but these are things that you have a really good knowledge of and you're interested in doing them.
First of all, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Thank you for saying all this, Chris. I don't know where you found Chris, our producer. He found all of those.
He's
clips.
a genius. He's magic over there. Yeah.
And just what you said was really nice. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, it's true.
Can you show that clip to my wife because she doesn't think that I really do anything.
Oh my no!
Except when the AC breaks and then I change the capacitor, like happened last week. Because the upstairs was really hot, and she said, "I come home from work," and she said, "Honey, the AC. Did you know the AC is not working?" And I said, "Actually, I got an alert on my phone because we got one of those thermostats."
Yeah.
So I come home from work and I change out the capacitor. Thank God that's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5-minute. I should show how we can do this, but no, you don't want to mess with electricity. Anyway, my point is, my wife sees what I do at home, but that meant a lot because, yeah, I try and get involved in as much as I can. And Ginger, I think the honest truth is, your first question: how long have I been here, and how long have I been doing this? I think I've just grown up a lot. I started here as a kid. I mean, I was 24, 25-ish.
Oh my
or so when I
gosh,
came to
a
Central
baby.
Florida. Yeah, and I'll be the first to admit this. I was really immature. I was really stupid. Hadn't
Join the club. That's how we all are, but there's growth, right? And the thing that you have grown into now is we are big on having community correspondence. And when someone has someone like you in their community, I mean, that's really important.
Again, really nice of you to say. So I believe in what we do fiercely. I believe in this job, this profession, this station. I believe in local journalism, local news, which is very different. And I said this to a banquet of 500 or so men and women of the Florida Highway Patrol. They invited me last weekend again to host their annual awards banquet. I was honored to do so. I said this to them. I think local news is very, very, very different than the media. Because there's a lot of stuff that's the media. We're local news, and I said to them, I get nothing out of hosting this banquet with you guys, and I get it. You're inviting the media and law enforcement, right? The only reason I'm here tonight is, one, to look you in the eye and say thank you for protecting me and my family and my kids. But the second thing is so you guys realize there is local news. There are still good people left in this world who believe in true journalism, who want to tell the truth, who want to get it right, who care about ethically and correctly and passionately telling your story, especially when it's good. But I want to do it right, and I want to do as much as I can. Like we went to our manager at the time, and I said I think this segment, I like fixing stuff. I think we
there's something there. There's something
could do a
there.
segment. And people, if we can show people and they save money and they can learn from it, that's information. Why would
and it's helpful. It is helpful. You've helped so many people.
And that's why I love it. Because it's not just me fixing something. It's going into someone's house, someone who could use the help. And we help them do it. We do it for free. And we show other, like here, changed out those lights.
I mean, it's simple things, but sometimes when you help an older person who can't do it or they're alone, honestly, I'm always touched by those. And they're so thankful that you show up. And that's an intimate invitation to go inside someone's home and do something. Because that means they feel comfortable with you. They know you because they see you on TV and they trust you. There's that trust factor. I could talk to you all day about this, but we have others.
Right.
We got to talk to meteorologist Jonathan
enough about
Kegas.
me,
Yeah, exactly. Because we showed the video of you battling the hurricane out there. That was in Sarasota, you said, for Milton. And we talked about this earlier today. There's another storm out there, Dexter. But it's just going to be a fish storm, thank goodness. Jonathan, he's another person who believes in the truth. He was talking about when you see this nutsy people on social media talking about run for the hills. Jonathan, I'm going to let you take it from there because I know that grinds your gears.
Do you seen the movie Airplane? Yeah, I'm the guy, the air traffic control guy that picked the wrong day to stop doing whatever he was doing on several occasions. Yeah, it's about that time of the season, guys. I want to bring up the radar real quick. One of the things we're going to talk about coming up at 9:30, we have storms still lighting up the radar. There's a lot of it. A lot of you guys sending messages in about the lightning. So we're going to track these storms right off the bat. But as you mentioned, we're also going to take a look at Dexter and the storm that is prompting some of the outlandish social media hype. There are some wild model runs with this, and we are going to separate, how I like to say, the truth from the trash, and that's coming up at 9:30.
That's good.
Oh, that needs to be a bumper sticker, the truth from the trash, or on a T-shirt, a News 6 T-shirt.
Jonathan Kegas' bumper sticker. No less.
Jonathan, thank you. We know you're super busy tonight. We'll check him out at 9:30 tonight, where he does a deep dive into all things weather related, and he does a great job of breaking it all down. All right, Eric, it's been delightful. We're not quite done yet. We have one more story, and please stick around for that. Yeah, it's a really good one. Law enforcement, when you talk about protecting the community, they go all out to protect everyone, and sometimes they put themselves in precarious situations. We're going to talk about one after this.
Yeah.
And welcome back to News 6 Tonight. We have been having the best time with Eric Von Anken, and you've got some fans out there. Look, do you see what's on the screen right now?
Hey, Rebecca.
Oh my, whenever something goes wrong in my house, my mom asks, does Eric have a video on this?
Rebecca,
The answer's probably
I
yes.
love you, and I love that. Listen, in all seriousness, so I asked Chris to put this on the screen so I could say this to you directly. Let me know, and maybe I
wants to
can
come to your
fix
house.
it. Yeah, send me an email. You know, I say that at the end of every segment. Getting results at home at WKMG.com. Send me an email, and if you need help, really, and we can, I will. I would be
He's
happy
a
to.
working man. He's working
happy
right
to.
now. Rebecca, he means it. Send him an email, and he will be at the house
True. And thanks for
ASAP.
tuning in,
Oh my gosh, that's
Appreciate you.
incredible. Okay, I think we have like a minute left
Yeah.
in the show.
Let's talk about
this
this video.
story is funny. It's out of St. Johns County. A family found a gator in their pool. They called a deputy, and let's just look at what happened. Let's just roll the video. He comes out, he gets it out of the pool.
Obviously, you grew up here.
He's obviously arresting it.
Yeah, and he's manhandling it, but, you know, he knows what he's doing.
Well, they're saying you're obviously from Florida.
You know what to do.
Exactly. My favorite part is the fact that he takes it to his car, puts it in, and he goes, I know you're
Yeah,
mad.
look how he's talking
Look
to
at
it.
him. He puts it in.
I know. You're so
So,
Oh my gosh. And he snug as a bug in a rug, but then he's not done there. He puts it in the car and then, oh, you're not buckled in.
He's
He
gotta
puts
take care of
this-
his people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Great job, sir. We love that. It's fantastic.
the definition of protecting and serving.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Whatever
right?
it is. All right, that's going to do it for us right now. We're going to see you back here at 10 o'clock with an exclusive interview with Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. We're the only people who have it in the market.
Thanks for tuning in.